Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more.
Distinctly. I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my book's surcease of sorrow. Sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore.
And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with the fantastic terrors I've never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more."
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and no more."
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and the echo murmured back the word "Lenore." Merely this and nothing more.
Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard the tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more."
Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, and there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed. He, but with mine of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more.
Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, "Thou thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven,
"Nevermore."
Much I marveled this ungainly fowl, to hear disclosure so plainly through its answer little meaning. Little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpture bust above his chamber door with such a name as
"Nevermore."
But the raven, sitting lonely on a placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul is on that one word. He did outpour, nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered. Other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said,
"Nevermore."
Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken. "Doubtless," said I, "what it utterly is, its only stock and store. caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, to his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore.
But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking.
Nevermore.
Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that the heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn, it shall clasp at a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven,
Nevermore.
Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's plutonium shore. Leave no black plume as a token of lie, thee so have spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart and take thy form off my door. Quoth the raven,
Nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting,
Still is sitting, still is sitting.
on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door.
and his eyes have all the seeming
Of a demon's that is dreaming.
and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor.
And my soul from out that shadow
that lies floating on the floor.
Shall be
Shall be
lifted,
lifted,
nevermore.
nevermore.